Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's session on marketing your business. I have been very involved this week with traveling to and from hospitals. I've got a family member who just come out of intensive care, so the situation is improving. But I've been traveling there. It's a 2-hour drive to get to the hospital, 2-hour drive back, and of course a couple of hours there. Takes a lot out of your day. So I apologize that I've not really got anything planned in the way of a presentation today. So I'm going to play it a little bit by ear, but I'm also happy to answer any questions you've got, give you any help that I can with any problems that you're experiencing in marketing your business. What I do want to stress is that we've been talking about starting your business with no cash down, no money up front. And the more trainings I do on it, the more I realize how hard it is to start with no money and how hard you're making it for yourself. Any business that you're involved in, I get a lot of people asking me, will this work for import and export? Will it work for MLM? Will it work for CPA? Marketing is essentially the same for any business. It doesn't matter what business you're in. It's the same. It's about acquiring prospects for that business and matching them up to your products. Really, that's what any business is about. It's about finding people that are looking for something and matching your product to what they're looking for, solving their problem. Okay? People don't buy things if they don't have a need, if they don't have a desire for something, and usually it's because they've got a problem. They've got a problem that needs solving. And if you can solve that problem, then you can make a sale. And so it doesn't matter if you're doing import or export, if you're doing CPA offers, if you're involved in a multi-level marketing business, if you're selling pizzas, whatever it is, it's the same. If you're selling pizzas, you need to look for somebody that's hungry. Okay, if somebody's hungry, they're in the market for food. And then you've got to explain to them why your pizza is the best option for them. And if you do that, you match the two together, bang, you made a sale. So all businesses are the same. And they start out with prospecting. And prospecting is finding people that are suitable for your products. Now, that's the way a lot of people go about it, but why not go out there first and see what people are looking for, what people are struggling to find, and then seeing if you can find it. And then you say, okay, to this group of people that are hungry, they're wanting something already. You say, okay, I've found what you need. I've been looking for it because I've seen so many people wanting this. I've started to look at it. I think this is a great solution to your problem. And then you've already got a ready-made marketplace. So if you're looking at it in that way, that's great. If you are somebody that is involved in a business that has particular products, then that's a different matter. You have to look for people that are involved in that niche. A lot of products, for example, in multi-level marketing, are associated with the health and fitness industry, health and beauty. They're either beauty products, anti-aging products, vitamins, health drinks, all that sort of stuff. Okay, and diet products, another big part of that market, of course. So you've got a niche there, and so you need to look where the people in that niche gather. Okay, it's and when you find that, then you've got a pool of prospects. And one of the best places to look for a particular niche is in forums. If you just go to Google and type in whatever your niche is, slimming forums, I'm sure it'll come up with a whole load of them, and everybody that's in there is interested in slimming. So they're all potential prospect. Now, you don't go around and spam everybody in the forum, because all that'll do is alienate people and get you kicked out of the forum. What you do once you've found a forum is you communicate with people in there. You look for people that are asking questions and you give them answers. You ask questions of people that are in there so that you start building conversations and you start to become known within the forum. The more questions you answer, the more times your name crops up, the more people will see you. And usually within a forum, you have an opportunity to add a signature. So every answer that you give or every question you give, it'll carry your signature. So if you're selling ABC diet pills and you're in a slimming forum and you're answering questions and talking about different things and asking questions of people, you know, if somebody's in there that's saying, wow, I lost 2 stone in the last 3 weeks, you know, you talk to them, say, how did you lose it? What did you do? What were the problems you encountered? How did you overcome them? You can ask all these kind of questions, and at the bottom it'll have your signature. The easy way to lose weight is with ABC slimming pills or whatever it is. So that's a ready-made market, and they exist for any niche that you care to think of, dream of, or imagine. There are forums already in existence for that niche. Look for forums that have active members, not forums where, you know, you get 1 post a week or something. You want lots of members and people that are engaging in that forum on a regular basis. I never did check if you can hear me and see me, but I think you can anyway, because I've got no complaints coming in saying that that you can't hear me. I'm going to try and keep this a little bit shorter as well, because I've got to dash off to Leicester again as soon as possible. And I've got to take my dog out before I go, so that she's going to be left alone for 6 hours anyway. So I'll take her out before I go, and oh, excuse me, and take her out when I come back. And it takes a big chunk out of the day, as you can imagine. So I'm going to try and keep this down to 30 minutes, but I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. But as I say, what this is about in any business is finding those prospects. Okay. Once you've found those prospects, then you need to convert them into leads. Okay. And what does that mean? What's the difference between a prospect and a lead? Well, a prospect is somebody that's in that great pool. If you imagine the niche as being a massive pool of people, and a lead is somebody that you've communicated with in some way that has given you permission to carry on communicating. It really is as simple as that. Somebody that says, okay, yeah, I'm interested in what you've got to say, you can send me information. How do you get a prospect to become a lead? You've got to offer them something that they want. Usually you're offering them something free, a free gift, a bonus, advice, videos. Can be any number of things. It might be a free sample of your ABC diet pills or whatever it is, you know. But you're offering people something of value so they can say, okay, I recognize that as being of value, so I'm prepared to trade my email address for it. And that's what you want, because no matter what business you're in, you need to be building a list. And it's the biggest mistake made by lots of people. They don't go about things the right way. They'll send people directly to affiliate offers or directly to CPA offers. You've got to be building a list. Every single person that is making money online, and I'm talking about making a profit online, even if it's only $100 a month profit, they have a list. Okay, it might only be a small list if they're only making $100. If they're making 50,000, they might have a list of 300,000 people because they've been at it for a while, like me. Or some of these actual top earners have lists well in excess of that number. It doesn't matter. You've got to be building that list, and you've got to be adding people in consistently and constantly. That is what your business is about. Your business is about building a list of people within a particular niche, whether it's the make money online niche, whether it's the health niche, whether it's the beauty niche, whether it's model aircraft, whether it's holidays, vacations, retirement plans, investments, whatever it is. That niche is where you've got to build your list, and you do that by finding the prospects and offering them something of value, and they're prepared to trade their email address for that. So what happens then? What happens when they've got you've got their email address? Do you start blasting them with buy my ABC diet pills every day? No, because what they're going to do, they're going to say, oh, I'm sick of this, bang, and they opt out. And instead of having a list that's growing, you've got a list that's going down because they're falling out of this end faster than you can bring people in. You've got to keep on giving them value. You've got to continue to provide them with stuff that they find interesting and they enjoy. And if you do that, they'll carry on being a subscriber to your list. So you say, well, okay, well, how do I make money out of that? Well, once you start building that relationship and people are happy with the fact that you have this idea of giving them value, they start to trust you. They say, okay, this guy isn't just after my money. He understands what I need, he understands what I like, and you develop a relationship. And then maybe every fifth or sixth email that you send them, as well as sending them value, you say, oh, also, by the way, did you ever try those diet pills I mentioned? Because if you did, I'd like some feedback on it. And if you didn't, have a go at them, because this person who bought them at the same time I talked to you has given me feedback, and they've lost 10 pounds in 10 days or whatever it is, So sort of say, will you try them and let me have your feedback? So you can do it in that way, and it's not really pushing the sale all the time. It's providing value and interest, and introducing something which will help them solve their problem, even if they've got to part with some cash for it. And what I say to you people out there now is, if you are serious about your business, you want to start investing some cash in yourself and your business. And there are things that you need. There are tools that you need. You need an autoresponder. You can get one free for a while anyway. You can get one at my business, sawp.com, SAWWP.com. You can get one free from MailChimp for the first 2,000 people, I think, that subscribe. The problem with MailChimp is it's dearer than most others once you go past that, and you've got to start paying. Who else is free? There are a couple of free ones. If you just Google free autoresponders, you'll find them. But as I say, we've got one at SAWP, SAWWP.com. You can get that free. And you can get some landing pages, because a landing page is where once you've developed that relationship, you say to people, okay, go here to get my free gift, or go here to get whatever it is you're giving away or providing for them. Enter your email and I'll send you the link to it, or I'll send it to you, or put in your postal address and I'll send you your sample of ABC diet pills. Okay, so you need a landing page, which is one where it tells them why they're going to put in their email address and what they're going to get for it. And that captures it and it stores their email on your autoresponder. So what does an autoresponder do? Well, it'll send automated messages, as the name suggests, but it's more valuable than that, because it'll store all the people that you have in, and it's somewhere to store all that information. In addition, it's not just automatic messages that you can send. So you can put in automatic messages, but you can also say, oh, look, I just heard from so-and-so, and they said that when they eat bananas with ABC diet pills, it doubles their effectiveness. So there's a good tip for you. Go out and buy some bananas. Just little news items that you can throw out to people. So you can add those in, as well as the automatic messages that are going out, because the automatic messages that are going out are things that you plan. For example, I have a course on online business, and it's free. And tell you what, I'll put the link in for it. The site's going a bit slow at the moment because it's only just being developed. How do I do that? Where are we? Here we go. I'll put it in the chat section. It's Success Lifestyles Training.com. Enter. Okay, and that should be a clickable link, I think. Yeah, it's there. It's in the chat section. I mean, if you want that course, if you don't, well, that's fine as well. But it's got about 100 modules. It goes through everything from real basic stuff, explaining everything in detail, and it's a step-by-step process. And you get one new module every now and again, every week or whatever it is. So you can program things like that in, because they're there and they're going out, and you know that everybody that joins is going to want that same thing. But you could also have a newsletter going out, which is dependent on what's happened that week or that month or whatever. And you can do that as a broadcast, and that changes all the time. So that's what you can do with an autoresponder. You can send to all those people. You can also quite often track the number of people that have opened the mail that you're sending them, because it's no good having a list of 1 million people if nobody opens your emails. You might as well not have a list. So you need to know who's opening them, and you can usually segment things so that the people that didn't open, you can send them the same email, perhaps the same thing with a different subject line, and see if that rocks their boat a little bit, so that they open it that time. Because why do people open emails? The number one reason is because they recognize who it's coming from. If you get an email from your best friend or your wife or your mother, you open it. Yeah. So that's the number one reason why people open emails, because they recognize who's sending it. So don't hide your identity. Tell them who you are, you know, okay, this is me and this is what I'm doing and this is why I'm sending you emails and this is it. And my name is Graham Frame, remember that, and whitelist my email address so that you don't miss anything, and let them know who you are, why you're there, and what you're trying to do to help them, how you're going to solve their problems for them, so that they recognize your name, because that's the most important thing. The next most important thing is the subject line, because they might say, oh, this is that guy that markets, you know, that Graham Frame. I'm not always interested in what he has to say, you know, but I own quite a lot of his stuff, but not always. Let's see what the subject line says. Make $1,000 before lunch today. Yeah, that sounds interesting. Yeah, I'd like to do that. Bang. So they open your email. However, if you were to say, spend 2 hours working on your own business before lunch today, oh, I'm not really interested in that. I don't know whether I've got 2 hours anyway. Okay, so your subject is the second most important thing. And the third most important thing is the first line or so of your email, because most email systems now, of readers, whatever they are, that you go into, they'll show the subject, they'll show who it's from, and they also start to show the sort of like a little trailer, if you like, of the content of the email. So you want to make that interesting as well, and that way you'll just start to get your emails opened. So what's the process? You look for people who need what you are selling. You look for what their problems are, and you look for how what you're selling will solve their problems, and you match them together. And by doing that, you get a prospect. You change them from the prospect rather into a lead, because they say, okay, I'm interested, let me have a look at this. It's like somebody walking down the street, they look in the shop window and they see ABC diet pills guaranteed to lose you 10% of your weight in 10 days. And they say, oh, I'm interested in that. They go in the shop to inquire, and then they open a dialogue. It's the same online. You introduce them to something the same as though they're looking in that shop window, and when they put their email address in, that's like them going into the shop to find out more, get more information. Does it mean they're going to buy it? No, it doesn't. It means they're going to go in there and they're going to ask questions about it, and if they like it and if they decide that it'll solve their problem, they buy. And it's the same with you online. It's exactly the same process, and it doesn't matter what you're selling, it doesn't matter what it is, it's the same. So you've got to be building a list. I just bought, I mean, I've been online for what, 17 years now, making money. 1998 I first started making money online, and I still buy courses, because there are always people you can learn off, and most of them haven't been around as long as me, and a lot of the people that I buy off are making more than me, even though they've not been around as long. Okay. I mean, one of my mentors makes like 4 million a year, which is, you know, it's good money, isn't it? People think I make good money, but I make probably less than 1 million in a year. So you see, there's always things I can learn, even if the people haven't been doing things as long as me. So I'm constantly buying more knowledge and then acting upon it. And there's a course I bought, and I think it's excellent, and it's called, what the hell is it called? Build My List. Build My List, yeah, by Jimmy Kim. He's only been around for about 7 years, only for 7 years, longer than a lot of people, but it's a lot less than me. But he's probably sold twice as much in 7 years or more than I have in 17. So is he worth learning off? Of course he's worth learning off. And if you're starting out, It is an amazingly good course, but it's not free. I mean, he wants paying for his knowledge. But I recommend it. It's not expensive. I can't remember what I paid for it now. And I buy so many things, and I look at them, and a lot of them I skim through, and they're not very good. And I say, okay, and if I can learn a little bit from them, okay. But this course, Build My List, is very good, highly recommended. In fact, I'll give you a link to that in a bit. As I say, I can't remember what it was. Certainly it was under $50, I think, and it may have been under $20 even. I don't know. But if you want to start with no money down, you can't afford to buy that course. If you are looking for traffic, what are the ways of getting traffic? You either go for free traffic, and it's not free. I mean, you've got to spend a lot of time, and it's not scalable. It's a bit of a myth. If free traffic was the best way to go, paid traffic wouldn't exist. So paid traffic is the way to go. Paid traffic is misunderstood. Paid traffic doesn't need to cost you money. You have to put money out up front for it, usually. I mean, there are ways that you can actually get it on credit. Facebook will give you credit for advertising on Facebook. But unless you know that you're going to turn a profit, then it's not the way to go. And if you're beginning, it's perhaps not the way to go. But I mean, you can get like $5,000 worth of credit with Facebook. You use $5,000 to promote something, you make $10,000 promoting it, and you pay the $5,000 off. Paid traffic doesn't have to cost you money, okay? Often you'll have to put money out for it up front though. If you're doing solo ads, people won't send solo ads unless you pay up front. And solo ads is a very, very, very good way for particularly beginners. I mean, I use solo ads a lot still. I've been online 17 years. But especially if you're just starting out, solo ads is probably the best and easiest way to go forward and start getting some sales. And they'll cost you what? What's the cheapest nowadays? I don't know. You might still be able to pick stuff up at 30 or 40 cents for 100 clicks. What's 100 clicks? Most of the solo ads are in particular niches, and it's somebody that's interested in that niche that will click through to your site from the email that you send, because that's what a solo ad is. You send an email out to somebody else's list and you pay for it by the clicks. So you've got your links in your email. If somebody clicks on your link, that's one click. So if you're paying 40, 50 cents a click, every time somebody clicks on a link, it costs you 50 cents, but you pay for it up front. And you say, right, I'll have 100 clicks. And so 100 clicks at 50 cents would cost you $50. If you can afford it, 200 is the minimum I would go for. And I would start with 200 anyway, if you don't know what kind of results you're going to get. If you do less than 200, you're not going to have enough response to be able to accurately judge how well your campaign is going. If you're putting out more than 200 clicks and your campaign bombs, it's costing you money. But if you're only doing 50 clicks or something, you might get no takers, or you might get 20, and you might think, oh, this is great if you've got the 20 takers. And so you do 500 and you get another 3. You know, 50 isn't enough to judge. It can be very iffy. 200 is a good number if you can afford to do 200. If not, yeah, do 50 a month, but don't wait until you've built that up for 50 a month for 4 months, so that you've got 200, and then you can say, you know, this is what it did month 1, this is what it did month. And if it's the same every month, you know, if it's like 10% buy out of the 50% that opt in or something like that, and it's the same every month, then you've got a pretty steady indication of what that campaign does. But if you got like 50% opt-in with 1% buy, and then you got 10% opt-in and nobody bought, and then you got 100% opt, it can be up and down. You've got to average it all out, and 200 is where it starts to make sense. So solo ads are very, very good, but you've got to put money out up front. But if you can make enough sales to cover the cost of your solo ad, so if it's costing you $100 for 200 clicks, and you make 3 sales of $35 each or something like that, it's cost you nothing. And then you've got all the other people that opted in that didn't buy, and you can follow up with them through the email sequence, keep giving them value, and saying, by the way, puzzled why you didn't buy that thing when I originally offered it to you. Can you let me know why? Because I really think it would help you. Or you could do a survey saying, what are your current difficulties? And then when the survey results come back in, you say, oh, look, what I offered you a while back would have solved some of these problems for you. You see, constant communication. So that's what we're about. Have we got any questions? I can't see any questions in there. We've got 3, we've got a few silent people in the room. But really, that's what I've got for you. Let me have a look. I'm going to put this link into that email course because I think it's one of the best courses I've seen, certainly at the ridiculously low price. And they give you 3 months free autoresponder for up to 10,000 people, I think, and lots of other stuff. Just one of the bonuses. It's worth more than they charge. Let me show you if I can get my screen share to work. That's it, I think. Okay, there's a bonus for you, and this is the Tube Traffic tool, and this has been selling at $9.97, and you get this as a bonus. It's included free, and it'll help you with all sorts of things, but it'll certainly help you get your videos up there and ranking and doing big things. So as I say, that's just a bonus. You can see what you get. You get step 1, step 2, step 3, and these have all got different sections in them. Here we go. What's that? Step 3. Video 1. They've all got numerous videos in them. How many is in this one? Just 4 in that section. But there are lots of different things in it. It's a great course. I never ever I can get back to where I am. Here we go. I never ever recommend things that I don't personally use, or have personally tried and feel that they're good, or have had come with very, very, very high recommendations if I'm not doing it. But that it's a good good course. I'll put a link in for you. And I'll do my best to redirect you there in a moment when we leave here. Okay, that link's in there as well, I think. Yeah, sorp.com/BML. So that's it. If we have no questions, which we don't appear to have, I'm going to take my leave. I've got to dash off to hospital. Not me. Don't feel sorry for me. You can pray for my family. But I'll be missing now for about 6 hours, about 6 hours. Take the dog out now before I go and do a couple of things, a bit more, and then take the dog out when I come back. So I'm not going to be available for 8 hours. It's like a working day gone out of things. I mean, I will be doing things after I get back, but that's where we're up to. So I hope you found this useful. I'm sorry I didn't have anything more structured, but I hope that's helped you understand that it's the same for any business, because I get people asking me, will it work for this? Will it work for that? It's the same. You've got to find your prospects. You've got to convert your prospects into leads, and you've got to find out what the problems are, and you've got to solve the problems. Those are the 4 steps in building a successful business. Okay, building your list is a part of that, and it's very, very important. All these people that top the affiliate leaderboards, and I've done it myself, I know they get some leads from Facebook advertising, and they get some leads from pay-per-click and pay-per-view. The majority of the sales that they make when they're topping an affiliate leaderboard comes from their list. Okay, I know because I know those people, and I know because I know what happens with me personally. I might go out and spend $10,000 on advertising, and it might bring me in $20,000 worth of commissions. So I mean, it's good business, it makes a profit, but I might have made another $30,000 in sales from my list, and that's cost me nothing. So that's why you need a list. Okay, Build My List, great course. A lot of it's common sense, but I mean, I've even found it good because it's gone through the basics, and it just gets you refocused on what you should be doing. It's the best course I've seen at any price on list building, and I've seen them at thousands and thousands of dollars. I highly recommend it. So that's it. We still have no questions, so I'm going to leave. As I say, I'm dashing off to hospital, and I'm going to click that redirect, and I don't know whether it works or not. It's not worked for my laptop, I don't think. Anyway, you have the link. It's sawwp.com/BML. Take a good look at it. It's well worth it. As I say, I can't remember the price. I can't remember whether it's $20 or $45 or whatever. It's not very expensive. It's well worth it. There are upsells. He's also got an inner circle thing, which is, I don't know, so much a month, which I'm not in. And he's got another upsell there as well, which it's up to you. But I mean, I bought the other upsell, and that wasn't very much either. Okay, I'll leave it with you. God bless you all. Thanks for coming. I hope it's been useful. Just do it.